What's going on with YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real talk boxing. It's a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you, beautiful people, yet again. Lomachenko versus Devin Haney, man. This weekend, this will be my final thoughts and prediction on this fight. This will be a heck of a fight. This fight, I believe, will go the distance. I don't believe that there will be a knockout. Possibly a stoppage, but not a knockout. I'm going to explain all that later on in this video. You know how sometimes you have your mind set on something, and then when you start analyzing things and looking at things from a different angle, your mindset starts to change? That's what's happening right now. Been watching Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Been really paying attention to detail. I'm going to take my time because sometimes I kind of stumble over myself and I jump from one subject to another before I finish another. So this might be a long video. Forgive me, y'all. I'm getting old. Been punched in the head a couple of times. Mind getting bad. First off, I want to say this. Lomachenko is a very respectful, God-fearing man. And I love that about him. Anytime someone from another country where there's a language barrier comes over and actually does their best to learn English and speak in English and gives interviews in English, I commend them. Mad respect. Devin Haney's not an arrogant young man. But as we all know, we have to try to make the fight interesting, or the build up to the fight interesting. So there has to be a bad guy. There has to be a brash, arrogant, crap talking guy, which there's really not been a lot of crap talk. Lomachenko can win this fight. And I'm starting to believe that more and more the closer we get to the fight. Now, in Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I want to say this. Devin Haney was eating a meal. There was a lot of food. For someone who looked terribly drained in their last fight at the weigh-ins. And he even stated, I mean, like a heavyweight. So when I watched them sit down and talk yesterday on the video, Devin doesn't look on weight. I'm not saying Devin looks out of shape or fat or anything like that. He just, his face isn't drawn up and sunk in like it was his last fight. Now, we were only, what, 2-3 days away from the fight? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 days. And he doesn't look like he's close to weight to me. And judging by the way he was eating on Blood, Sweat, and Tears, might be a factor. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't make weight. Because he doesn't have too long in this division anyway. Honestly, this might be his last fight at this division. Because Devin's a big 135 pounder. Ain't no telling what he walks around at. Lomachenko stays in shape year round. And it may just be genetics. Because some people just don't gain weight. And I envy you. And I know I shouldn't envy that. But people who can eat what they want, not gain weight, they may, you know, every person I've talked to like that, there's a lady that I work with who's like that. This girl eats pizza every day and drinks Dr. Pepper from morning till she goes to bed and never gains weight. And I said, man, I envy you. She's like, this sucks. If I could trade places with you, Brian, I would. And I just don't understand that. But I'm not walking in her shoes. I just think it'd be nice not to be able to gain weight and eat what I want. But he doesn't look like he's on weight. And here's another thing that blew my mind. When they were walking in the hallway, Devin Haney said something. And I know some of you guys have seen this. And I wonder if you caught on to it. Devin Haney said to Lomachenko, the only shot you have of beating me is to fight dirty on the inside. You know how you fight dirty on the inside? And it threw Loma for a loop. Loma's like, what is this? What does he say? Am I understanding correct? What is this? What would you say? He was like, I'm not a dirty fighter. And listen, I want to say this. I've been rolling with Lomachenko since his first professional fight. That's how much history I got with Loma. And I love Devin too, but it's not the same as Loma. And I've been watching this dude forever. And never have I seen him fight dirty. Never. So it kind of leads me to believe that Devin's saying this for a reason. But he kind of gave away a weakness, in my opinion. Now, Devin is a well-rounded boxer. But I think his inside game is the weakest. You saw it in spots against Jojo Diaz. You definitely saw it against Linares. Fighters that were able to get in close, touch him a little bit. Loma is a master at close range fighting. Especially with them pivots and angles. When he turns into Neo, the Matrix. Maybe Devin don't want him to fight him on the inside. And I tell you another thing. When Devin shoots that long jab, he clinches sometimes when you get a little bit too close. And Loma is a master at not letting you hold him. One thing I cannot stand when I'm watching a boxing match is when one fighter is literally letting another fighter hold them. You do not have to stay there. You can pull your freaking arms free and you can go to town. That's what Loma does. Loma is very calm. Been there, done that type attitude. Is Devin Haney your toughest test? He says, I don't know. I'll tell you that after the fight. So that might not have been a smart thing for Devin Haney to say. Now, with saying all of that, my perception of this fight is starting to change a little bit. I'm starting to veer towards Loma in this fight. The amateur pedigree, the experience, the competition, the resume. But here's what he's going to have to do. And if he doesn't do this, he's going to get left in the dust. Loma is known for getting a late start, for that engine to take a while to rev up. He cannot do that fighting Devin Haney. He has to go in from jump. First bell of the first round and get in Devin Haney's chest. Get in his chest and stay there. Apply the pressure. Make Devin uncomfortable. If you stand there and you give Devin 3 seconds to think, you too late. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that Loma is getting knocked out. Some people want to say that we don't know why people say Devin Haney doesn't have power. His record speaks for itself. He does not carry a one-punch power ability. And I've seen him hit fighters smack in the mouth. And they just look at him. Does he have knockouts on his record? Of course. But Devin Haney is not a power puncher. So he will not stop Loma. But is Loma strong enough to stay on the inside and have control on the inside? Is he strong enough to break free when Devin clinches him? If Loma's smart, he'll stay away from that jab. Now, Loma said, Devin Haney's like Ryan Garcia. Ryan has that left hook. All Devin Haney has is that jab. You take that jab away from him, what do you got? Now, I honestly don't see that. I don't agree with that. I think Devin has way more than a jab. But his inside game, even though it's not that bad, it's not that good either. And Loma's is better. Devin, you got to stay on the outside. You got to control the range and the distance. You got to take control. I think a lot of people sometimes say it's better if the younger fighter pressures the older fighter. But I think Devin, it would serve him better to dictate the pace, to make the fight not fast-paced. For some strange reason, that's what I'm thinking. And Loma has to apply the pressure on the young man from the jump. Because if you wait 5, 6, 7 rounds to get started, like you did against Jermaine Ortiz, like you did against Teofimo Lopez, I think you're going to get left in the dust, Loma. But that inside game, that body work, I think is going to serve a purpose for Lomachenko. And I think Devin knows that, and I think that's why he said what he said. And I honestly don't think Devin's on weight. He just don't look like it to me. I could be wrong. But the tables have turned. YouTube. I'm going with Lomachenko now. Something in my gut is telling me that he's going to hand over an upset. Now, y'all know 9 times out of 10 I'm wrong. It is what it is. But I got to go with my gut. And a lot of y'all going to look at me like I'm crazy. But I'm just being honest with you. I got a feeling Lomachenko is going to pull off the upset. But we'll see. Saturday. What do you guys think? Comment down below, let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all, fear none, God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk Boxing, I'm up and I'm out of here. Bing!